they just said they agreed to from tomorrow, if it is true, sustainable, they should give us figure. How much barrel of crude oil did the IOC agree to give to Nigeria? And since Nigeria have already sold their future oil prospects, and they've used some of it to borrow money, how much exactly did they settle with Dangote? Because it's a big deal. Oh. It is a big, big, big deal. And I really do hope it's true and sustainable and not another Lamba. Because someone at the South break, wala iti poju. Iyaye iti poju. So if that should be the case, that simply means subsidy that is gone. Indeed, your crude oil can actually really serve you now. They can sell a liter of petroleum or maybe as low as 400 naira per liter. Or would they are they going to do that for you? I mean, this time around, there's no point. They're not paying dollars to anybody. They're not importing anything anymore. They're just going to take the crude oil from wherever it is, give it to Dangote. Dangote will refine it and give them the products. NMPCL will distribute the products. And they can decide how much they want to sell it. In order to make sure that, number one, the stress on your forex automatically drops. Naira to dollar can crash in another few days. Would they do that? I really want them to. I really do. This one will be say person they wish them. I'm not wishing them anything right now. But if they can give us figure, this is a big, big deal. But there's this PTSD in me that is so difficult to trust them because they are not giving anything. They just announce. Announcement is made. Where is the crude oil coming from? How much of it are they agreeing to? And indeed, if they say it is going to be in Naira, that is also going to help your Naira become very strong. And if that happens, and the price of petroleum in Nigeria crashed, so let's say I'm not even saying you should go back to 167 Naira per liter anymore. Just come down to somewhere around there, maybe 350 or 300 Naira per liter. That will change a lot of things. But can we trust these guys? I want to. Something in me is just saying, you're going to be careful. This sounds too good to be true. And if something sounds too good to be true, then it is. So when I saw their PR about this, showing us all the trucks that are waiting to load, apart from us feeling sorry that that's going to be refinery, all of now we get properties around the Dangote refineries. Your nightmare is about to start. All these trucks will be using this single road, one single road to the refinery. And in the next few days, you will have another Apapa Wharf, dilapidated road and infrastructure around you. But at least, if the product is available and cheap, Nigerians deserve some break. You do deserve some break, honestly. So all fingers, let's keep all the fingers crossed. And for the first time, I'm going to agree with you that let's wish them well. Because this is a big deal if they are honest with you, honestly. Well, let's go to something else. Tomorrow is here already. This is no longer next month, next week, and all that stuff. Tomorrow is here. Okay? And we will take it on from there. Bayelsa State. It's actually the highest crude oil producer in Nigeria. One of the smallest states in Nigeria with just 8 local government areas. If you put the entire Bayelsa together, they don't reach Alimosho local government area in Lagos State, as small as Lagos State is. That's not an exaggeration. Bayelsa is very small with so much money, but with lunatics, criminals who have cornered the resources of the state for themselves. Their governor is planning to build a new government secretariat for 45 billion naira. He just made the announcement.
Servants.
Building a new secretariat complex
And even when we had the Workers' Day, that was one of the demands of the workers of Bayelsa State. And we know how offices have been cramped and how we have been spending monies, hiring and paying rent. And we believe that that has to come to a stop. And the only way is for us to now build a new secretariat.
Briefing journalists shortly after the ESCO meeting, the Information Commissioner, Abia, and her counterparts in the Ministry of Works give more insight on the proposed structure.
The contract will be awarded through the Central Procurement Board of Bayelsa State. The building itself is a 9-story structure. The time frame for the completion of the project is estimated to be 30 months, and the project is to be constructed at the cost of not more than 45 billion naira.
In that secretariat, a crèche is already part of what we are expecting, and other facilities are also there. And I want to believe that at the end, the workers will be happy and the state will look more beautiful.
Other decisions reached at the meeting also include the state government's move to grant loans to medium, small and micro business owners as part of efforts to boost the socio-economic landscape of the state.
The way to fund it is for the Bank of Industry to bring 2 billion naira and the state government also to bring 2 billion naira. The beauty of this scheme is that loans will be granted to these enterprises in a single-digit basis.
Only servants.
Bayelsa. Very, very unfortunate state with unfortunate leaders. It's unfortunate. But yeah, they have so much money with foolish criminal leaders who have no idea what to do with it than to open the conduit pipe on how to siphon the money. Unfortunate is an understatement. The staff or the civil servants, you say, in Abia states, well, they are having a difference under Otti. When an announcement was made that all of their outstanding, unpaid allowances, salaries, that were owed them by the former government of their states have all been paid up to date. Boom, they erupted in so much jubilation that you think the money they paid them was a gift and not their own sweat that some criminals in the past actually shared and looted, and they were left in the cold. Somebody came, cleared it, and they are so grateful. Okay, man, no ruin now. And everybody says that as Abia states continue to enjoy what they believe is the dividend of democracy, where some people deny them that, they should never forget the woman that made it happen. A woman that rejected the offer of 2 billion naira to truncate the will of the people during the election. Professor Mrs. Unanaya Otti, the woman that rejected the INEC electoral return officer at the time, that rejected all the bribe to rig the election for PDP and announced the authentic result by following the only result uploaded onto the IRF during that election. She insisted that she will only announce the result on IRF, not the result written on some piece of paper. And she stood her ground, made the announcement before they could shush her. And today, Abia people owes whatever Alex Otti has been able to replicate for all of them. Professor Unanaya Otti. That's from Abia State. And also, the Nigerian army, yeah, you know we don't like them. At the same time, we should also commend them whenever they show working. Yesterday, we saw the neutralization of Buzu, one of the Kachala Buzu, one of the Fulani terrorist leaders. The one we were told was actually his senior boss, to Bello Turuji, got neutralized. It was on TikTok a day before, bragging, threatening. Then a few hours after that, his bullet-riddled body was on social media. It was dead, killed, cold. They've also killed another leader of the same Fulani terrorists in Zamfara. And according to them, they said, they've actually been so successful in the last few days that we should give them credit for it. I'm not probably going to be like, jubilate or celebrate, but we should acknowledge their efforts. If we point out all their failures, let us also point out at least their successes too. To the point that Musa, the supposed chief of army staff, chief of defense staff of Nigeria, was so proud of these guys. The reason why the Fulani terrorists have been roaming everywhere and wrecking havoc is because those who are their sponsors are those in government. It's not because they are invincible or powerful that they can't be crushed. But when your system is compromised and Nigerian soldiers are made to be playing defense in fighting these ragtag terrorists. So maybe once in a while when they let them do their job, let us kind of acknowledge that. It felt so good and so proud that he had to promise every soldier participating in that operation that is clearing these guys in Niger and Zamfara. He promised them ₦1 million each. Incredible, yeah? Here, the chief of defense staff of Nigeria commending the soldiers who did all this in the last 72 hours.
Who are those ones that did the operation today? Okay, who are the soldiers with you? How many? 7. Okay, all right, so that's good. So I'm giving you guys ₦1 million. Is that clear? You go and share. To show you that we appreciate you. You hear?
Oh, I'm disappointed. I didn't hear him right before. I actually thought he gave them ₦1 million each. Okay, he gave them ₦1 million to go and share. 1 million naira. That's just about 450 pounds. What? 450 pounds to fight notorious terrorists and kill their leaders? Okay. Anyway, soldiers, if you see my video, even myself, I want to say thank you and thanks for your work. So when you kill terrorists, you should be commended. And when you are used to kill the citizens, you should be condemned. On this one, thank you. I know some of you would like that. You're going to thank them. See, please let me thank them. It is the right thing to do. We know how compromised the entire thing is, how poorly paid they are. Ordinarily, if they are allowed to do their job, these ragtag Islamic terrorists they don't have that kind of, even people themselves, like if people are allowed to defend themselves, we can take care of these terrorists ourselves. But because the entire system is so compromised, enough, that's why all our lives are in danger and we're all waiting to be killed like animals being led to the abattoir. But we'll leave that and go to the next one.
àsìkò òǹgbẹ lọ́tún lósì ẹ̀mí òsìká rẹ̀ Jagaban Kareem àsìkò òǹgbẹ lọ́tún lósì ẹ̀mí òsìká rẹ̀ Jagaban Kareem.
Jagaban Kareem, àkóǹgbẹ lọ́tún lósì. As you are all existing in this Tifnumbunomic, you can keep going. If it no kill you, it will make you stronger. Eh? Oh, I'm thinking of us taking calls. So if not, I would continue with the rest of what I have here. But we'll take calls. Let's have a chat. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of that before we call it a night. But if you have to go this evening, please like the broadcast. Maybe even subscribe onto my channel if you haven't. Others, please stay behind. Grab your phone. You might have 1 or 2 things to add to what I have shared so far. But I will be back in a minute or 2. So that is me back, okay? So I was thinking of us taking calls, but if if the time before us and all that is not going to let that, okay? We may call it a night as well. But let me tell you something, okay? On Mayegun's Diary Political, there is this my song, the song that says, if they do what they have to do, it will be acknowledged. It doesn't make us their friends. And when we sort of expose all their rots, all right, because some of them actually, a lot of them actually involved lives, right? And it is not in our place, okay, to just condemn and condemn and condemn because it makes us, I don't know if it makes you feel better. That's not my ego's diary political. Calling the attention of the rogues to what they are doing wrong, is because we want them to possibly do it right. And if they can't, then they can just watch the entire place burn. Don't insult me by trying to make me feel like, or kind of drop a comment like, Mayegun, this is not you. That's an insult. I acknowledge what's right they've done, as much as we've also acknowledged all their shortcomings. You don't look at me and then turn around and say, Mayegun, this is not you. Unless you are beginning to like, you are insulting me, and people like yourself, I don't know how your mind works. When I said this, on Mayegun's diary political, calling attention to all the biases and the rest, it's also because we want them to change. And in the process of changing, a life could be saved. Don't ever talk to me like that. By saying, acknowledging the good things and exposing the rots, or also exposing the rots and acknowledging the right thing done, simply automatically makes me what? Compromised and trying to be their friend. Africa Wala, that motherfucker to sorry. Remove that person from my platform. Please go and read that comment. It's there. Somebody just said, Mayegun, this is not you. It is an insult. If you think I am actually an hateful person, right, who just want to come here every now and then and condemn only. No, I want to see things done right too. That doesn't mean that I'm interested in that their contraption to remain what it is. It simply means that we are enlightened minds, all right? We are not just sadists, people who just, who just want to rev and all of that in all the bad stuff alone. So that's an insult if you say that to me, to my face, or on my platform. You are not coming here every night to come and listen to all the bad news alone. Is that why you come here every night? Thank you very much. African Walla, there's one word that said that thing. Let me check the name again. Quickly. Sorry. I need you to help me remove that person right now. Please. It's an insult for you to look at me and say, if I acknowledge the right done by these criminals, that automatically makes me compromise or something. That's an insult. You won't do that again here. All right? Thank you. Here. Hello.
Mayegun Baba.
Baba Galagba. How are you, sir?
Chifadela from Canada.
Hey, Chief. Sir Akinola, I prefer that. How are you today, sir?
I'm well. I just want to quickly speak to one thing, with the wiki.
Right.
Yeah, so you can see what corruption and compromise can do. When it was asked that question, what happened between you and Fubara? He couldn't answer it.
No.
But he was very, very strong to speak to all PDP. Is anybody born